I'm from the
Same place as trap music, this that first react music. They can't hold me back, I'm feeling good cause I'm black music. Can't nobody touch this, my flow I can't rush this. Put them on silence when I'm talking, you should hush bitch. I am from the heavy bass, my bro called a heavy case. Got a couple
Good evening and welcome everyone back to another episode of Cigar Sundays Live, where we define, examine, and analyze words, sayings, and phrases used in American culture. And tonight, we will be smoking on the word friend. So grab your thinking caps and get ready to smoke on words with two big nerds, with myself, Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, and the God, Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm. And we are the Cigarden Panel. Peace, God. How you feeling on this lovely, beautiful Sunday?
Peace, guy. Yo, I'm actually feeling pretty good, man. Like we were talking offline, like we always stay productive. We're always making our dreams come true. So it's just another one of those, right? And I'm fortunate enough to have woken up this morning and accomplished those things. So I'm doing all right, man. Looking forward to the show and till tomorrow.
Absolutely. I'm en route to that. So that's one right there. You know, keeping it positive, peaceful, and productive. Y'all make sure to go ahead and smash that like button. We really appreciate it. And man, let's go ahead and bring up tonight's questions for the word friend. So tonight, y'all, we are smoking on the word friend, and we have 5 questions that we are going to shape our conversation around this word. We also, if you're new to the channel, what we do is we answer the first question, and then we go to the Webster Dictionary and we look up the definition so we can know if we even know what the word friend is defined as, not what it means. You know, we put meanings on a lot of things in our society, and that's normal for everybody to have meanings of things, but it has become the norm. We should be seeking to find the true definition of the word so we can apply it correctly, in my opinion. So tonight's first question is, what do you think of when you hear the word friend? That is our house question, and we encourage y'all to share what you think in the comment sections in the live chat. Our second question this evening, what defines a true friend? Our third question, is it more important to have few close friends or a large friend base? 4, do friends change as people grow older? And if so, why? And then our fifth and final question, last but not least, should friends always tell each other the truth, even when it hurts, even if it hurts, and why? So these will be our 5 questions. If you're following along with us tonight, please make sure to go ahead and smash that like button. Don't forget. And we're going to go ahead and get into our first question. What do you think of when you hear the word friend? The God, Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm.
Peace, God. So
Peace, God.
for me, I kind of have two meanings I've been living by. One I heard from a brother a while back that I really took to. It really sank in for me. And it's somebody that I'm willing to invest in, and a person that's willing to invest in me, right? Before I heard that, I used to say somebody that I care about and the person that cares about me, right? Meaning that we considered each other and we accepted each other as we were, and we saw value in each other as we were just regular, right? And that value was mutual beneficial, right? Whatever the value was, if you can be a great comic and I just need somebody in my life to make me laugh, like whatever your import is or your input is, it has to be valuable. Um, but as far as the first one, like, somebody that I want to spend my time with, somebody that I want to actually talk to, actually somebody that I actually want to debate with, right? And where it actually there's value in iron sharpening iron, where we both recognize that we are both tools to be used for each other's benefit. So in a sense where iron is sharpening iron for the builder's use, we are both builders in the situation, right? And we're looking to sharpen our tools, sharpen each other so that we can benefit each other, and ourselves more especially. But like what they say, if you got like 9 bum ass friends, you're gonna be the 10th one kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Ain't that what they say?
That's what the saying is. That's what the saying says.
Right? I don't want no bum ass friends because before I heard that, I heard birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah. And then they got mad when the term chicken head came out. But you was with them birds.
The bird walk like a duck.
They got a name for dudes. They call them ducks too. It's all types of insults going
You
on
know
out
what I'm
here.
saying? But yeah, that's what it is for me, bro. Like just a person, it could be multiple people or a person that um is mutually beneficial.
Mutually beneficial.
Yeah. That's why I'm at with it. Like my friends gotta have value and I have to be valuable to them. Right? Like it just can't be, oh, he's a cool guy. In what way?
Yeah.
Like you just like hearing my voice. I don't like that.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of that going on though. I think it's a lot of that going on. Um,
It come like personality worship more so than like a popularity contest.
yeah, you
And
know,
I don't like that.
yeah, it's less value and more just
Yeah.
trying to be like, uh, m- I just think it goes along with the religion and the political narratives of American culture. Where it's separatism.
I agree with that.
Where it's like we AME Zion, but we Southern Baptist, but we First Baptist, where we full gospel, where we Islam, where we the fruit of Islam, where we the tree of Islam, where we the and it's just like, damn, like ain't everybody saying Alhamdulillah, ain't everybody saying in
Amen.
Jesus' name we pray. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Well, I guess you feel more comfortable with them, and they feel more comfortable with them, and they feel more comfortable with them, but we can't come together for shit. We can't even just, you know. Um, what do I think of when I hear the word friend? When I think of the word friend, I think of integrity, honesty, brutal honesty, because I'm just getting to a point now in my life where I'm looking at the value a person brings to my life, considering them as a friend. Before, I didn't have any like a scale to balance it. It was just like, it was almost just like that, like, well, if we cool, like the religious thing, and the, it was like, well, if we cool,
Cool.
we cool. If we have one thing in common, then
Friends.
friends. Like, we could be friends, because I'm just that type of person where it's just like, as long as it's no, no fuck shit going on, then, and I think that may have been, matter of fact, I know that is something that I have to guard very, very more securely in this world that we living in now, and especially in this social climate, because I'm noticing that it's more people who are just cool with the being cool, but have no ethical or moral value in how they treat you as a friend. So if I desire to have better friends, then I have to have a better standard. So that's where I'm at now, at this phase, on the downhill phase of life.
Oh no, oh no, God, we on our way up.
I know that's right. Of the rough side of the mountain.
Yeah, we've been there, God.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing my best. Yes, indeed. So,
Hell yeah.
So trying to actually now gauge that, I still look at, even in the past, some of those things, even when it was less of a standard, I still, it was honesty, it was integrity, like, I gotta be able to trust you, because you could trust me. Growing up, kind of like how I did, like, it wasn't, you couldn't be snitching, you couldn't be telling on each other,
We really
so
couldn't be friends if we didn't do no dirt together.
that type shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you had to have some integrity, you had to have some honesty, even honor amongst thieves type foolishness. You know what I'm saying? But but you definitely had the mindset of like, I just say, honesty and trust, and I just say honesty and trust. That's the two biggest things, because as a friend, like, if you can't be honest with me about anything, like, you gotta be honest with me, like, man, I fucked up, or man, we good. Like an example, like if you come to get me because somebody's trying to fight you or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you need to be honest with me. Like, what did you do?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is they just trying to jump on you, or did you do something? Because the difference is if I love you, I might show up, but you might have both of us show up to our death because you're not being honest. So
Yeah.
it's a difference when I can, if when you come get me, you let me know, man, I was doing this and blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. So now what I got to go do is just see if I can have a conversation to de-escalate everything, and I was doing this, guy, at like 14, 15 years old, to the point where, like, like, I had a price on my head, at like 14, over some shit I ain't even had nothing to do with, and me just trying to talk the person out of the situation, talking through the situation, so that's why I'm like, and my friend who I had at that time, they just
at that time.
they just wasn't honest with me about the whole situation. But you
About to
know,
die for no reason.
yeah, like I'm about to die for no reason. You know, when you could have just told, but I'm still here, so we
Facts.
good. But and they still alive too. Shout out to him. Love your boy. You know who he
Yeah.
is. But that trust, being able to have that trust, you know, like, and because being as old as I am, you know, a lot of relationships have some of the so-called friends that I did have. We're not friends because I can't trust you. That's it. That's it. That it's just simple. That it's just simply that. For me, I can't. If I can't trust you, then I can't be your friend. You know. And I need honesty. I need honesty because at least if you're gonna be honest with me, like we could lie to everybody else. We could lie to everybody else
That's
together.
not to me though.
But not to me though. You know,
Don't lie
if you
to
want me
me.
to be, yeah, if you want me to be your friend, like we could lie to everybody else.
Tell me we lying to them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, word.
You know, I don't even have to tell no lie. I could just stand there and just shake my head like,
right.
For real.
That's what I'm saying. Just let me know though. Let me know the play.
Like,
Let me know. Don't
you
set
know,
me up.
so I'm like, you know, but that to me is you're willing to do that with your friends. You know, that to me is with a friend, you know. And then when we look at the other aspect of when we say like you know, more personal relationship, I mean, just like even in a more personal relationship with your spouse, with your significant other, with your person, your main thing, you know, like you gotta have that trust and you gotta have that honesty too. So I think those is two main components. That's just like, if you got that, then you could be friends. I just see that working in, even in work environments, you know, military people come together and go on missions and don't even know each other from a can of paint, except for being there doing the same, you know, mission. And they trust each other and they honest with each other. And that's why the missions go effective. You know, the ones that do. It ain't like some shit don't happen sometimes, but everybody there on the same accord. So, because they trust in each other. So, you know, I'm thinking that that's what we need, is the trust and the honesty, and then, you know, shit come together.
So between you and me, you got trust, honesty, and buy-in.
Buy-in, yeah.
Right, because that's what I was talking about, the whole investment part. Peace, Dr. Mo.
Yeah. Peace,
right?
Dr. Mo.
Trust, honesty, and buy-in. And yeah. Yeah.
She said these days, they say you didn't ask me, right? They omit information for sure.
Yeah.
And that would be me. Yep.
All right.
So definitely, honesty, trust, and buy-in. So we just been answering our first question of the evening. What do you think of when you hear the word friend? Let us know what you think of when you hear the word friend in the comment section. We would like to know. And we definitely will share your insights and exchange insights with you. So let's go ahead and bring up tonight's definition. We have friend. And friend is a noun and a verb. 1A, the definition of friend. 1, attached to another by affection or esteem. 1B, acquaintance. 2, one that is not hostile. 2B, one that is of the same nation, party, or group. 3, one that favors or promotes something. 4, a favored companion. 5, friend, a member of a Christian sect that stresses inner light, rejects sacraments and in ordained ministry, and opposes war. 6, a person included in a list of one's designated connections. And then we have verb, to act as the friend of, to befriend. 2, to include in one's list of designated friends on a social media service. Any of these you want to get at, God?
Yeah, I don't like these definitions, God. Like we either gotta stop using we either gotta stop using the word friend. Like I don't see buy-in, I don't see trust, I don't see honesty, right? Like I don't see none of the things that so I get 2, right? I get 2 because you was talking about being in the military, right? 2A and 2B. You
One
might
that
not,
is not hostile.
yeah, so you might not know the person that you get on a boat with, right? You don't know their background. You just know that they on your side. You hit the Liberty Port together. You not in hometown, like you not in your home country, like you someplace else, right? And the only thing that you do know is you seen this cat on the boat. You know he with y'all, like he one of y'all. All right, so y'all looking at each other and it's like, all right, I see you, you see me. If something jump off, we gonna put our backs together against all these other people.
Yeah.
Right. Right. You don't know this person. You only know that they got the same nation, they're on the same party, the same group as you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a safe bet. So I'm rocking with that.
That's
That's
why God, I said, to add to what you was just saying, that's why I was saying I have a mindset where when somebody say where you from,
yeah.
it don't fucking matter where I'm from. Where did you meet me?
You got my back right now. What?
You know.
Yeah.
But where you met me at is where the value should be placed at.
Yeah.
Not putting me in a box from somewhere else, from a preconceived stereotype. See, the box now that we in is we in this same box together. That's why when you that's why the example that you used, when you looked at that other shipmate, that other soldier, that other sailor, and you said, okay, because you're speaking of the Navy, so it's like it's 5,000 of y'all on the aircraft carrier, right? So it's like, I know I seen you, you know what I'm saying?
I know
But
I see you.
yeah, I know I seen you. I don't know you, but
I know I see you.
I know I seen you. You see me, and we here in this establishment, wherever we at in this foreign country, and we look at each other and just give each other that, like, all right, yep, if it go down, yeah, you know. So that shit ain't about where you from. That's about where y'all at.
Right now.
You know.
Right fucking now. Hold me down right now. I got you.
And but what I'm talking about is the ability to have trust in that, to not be hostile towards each other, to agree that we in the same nation, party, or group, comes from where y'all at, being
Foreign
part
soil.
of that group.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about being part of that group,
Oh, I
being
got
part of that unit, being part of that Navy, that naval aircraft carrier. Because if y'all wasn't there in that same place, then it would be completely impossible for y'all to be in that foreign land.
That's true.
You see, so where you at, right there is where you at. That's the group or party that you from. Because you could just float around and not pull into no port and don't even see that person, and you on that aircraft carrier for 3 years and all you did was see them and you don't even know them.
Did 110 days floating, son. That shit sucks.
And not once. You might have seen them. Fire drills, some shit.
You know?
Training. Maybe at all hands. You know what I'm saying? But never, not once, even had a conversation.
He got his job, I got mine.
Yeah. You know? So that's what I'm saying, but it's because of where y'all at. It ain't because of where y'all from.
Yeah.
You know, so that's where I look at placing the value in, where I don't place value in where you from. You know, it only matters when people acting negatively. To me, it's like, okay, you acting like you from the fucking hood or something, or the ghetto. So where you from? You acting like you don't know how to be here. You acting like you don't know where you know, like you don't have home training. You acting like you don't have you wasn't brought up better. So I can't be mad at that. I can't even be disgusted. I have to ask the question because I'm trying to inquire.
Yeah.
Because I've seen something that's exemplified that's just like, okay, let me not be so quick to judge because that person may be from a place where they don't know no better.
At the same time, God, on that same token, that whole where you from, you really could be looking for, like, I know, like from a New York's perspective, it seemed like wherever New Yorkers are at, like we find each other. And it's like, all right, automatically it's like not necessarily safety, but like you don't necessarily you see a friend. Right? You see somebody that's automatically maybe not even necessarily like-minded, but there's some kind of kinship there, naturally, for the most part, what I see, right? So a lot of times I think people be looking for their hometown allies when they be asking people where they from. I think they be looking for that same thing. I think they be looking for a 2B when they be asking that a lot of times. Well,
if you want bullshit though, you want bullshit.
yeah.
You know, so it
Yeah,
don't matter. Like I could be like, where you, you know, and I could be looking for that. You know,
that's
I could
true.
be looking for that, but then I find out, oh, you on some bullshit. Like now,
Yeah,
am I still supposed to just rock with you because of where you from?
nah.
No. You know, like
Actually,
where we at, that ain't a part of my life. So if that's where you, if I meet you there and that's what you on, like that ain't a part of my life. So I don't give a fuck where you from.
yeah, that's what I've been saying. I kind of think number 4 should be number 1. Like I don't like this order. Like these definitions seem so light. God, like a favorite companion. That sounds like a strong definition to me in relation to how I thought a friend would be defined.
You know how most of the time folks be like, oh, I got a couple acquaintances. Well, that's a friend.
Uh, and it's high up there on the list, right? It's 1B.
It's
Like I
one
did,
B.
like I was that threw me off.
People thinking they using, oh nah, they not my
My
friend.
friend, they just my
They
acquaintance.
acquaintance.
Yeah,
Well,
nah,
dummy.
no, and we ain't even hit the thesaurus yet, right? Like
No.
that's part of the definition.
Well, dummy.
Yeah, I ain't know that. Like that's
And I'm talking about myself because I
you
done
fucking
said that
right.
shit too. You know what I'm
You
saying?
fucking
I done been
right.
like, they ain't a friend. They more like an acquaintance
More
and
like
shit.
an acquaintance, you know what
Hell
I'm
yeah.
saying? Just somebody I know from work. Apparently all that's
Apparently that's a friend.
apparently that's a friend.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. It feels good to
I ain't know that, guy.
to not be dumb, to be able to look in the mirror and say you was dumb, you ain't know. And now you're learning on this beautiful Sunday,
Oh,
October
man.
1/9. Yes, indeed. So let's go over to the thesaurus and see how friend is given to us in the form of synonyms. So we have friend as in buddy, as in proponent, and as in to be friend. So, as in buddy, a person who has strong liking for, a person who has a strong liking for and trust in another.
Oh, so how is trust in the thesaurus, but not in the definition?
Cause you gotta be my buddy. Hey buddy, you got to be my buddy. You know, you can't be my buddy if I can't trust you. You know? So we have colleague, confident, pal, my sister, my brother, my partner, comrade, confidant, chum, old chum, mate, my compadre, acquaintance, familiar, companion, intimate, fellow, alter ego, musketeer, crony, amigo, peer, associate, ally, collaborator. Friends are collaborators. Ain't that something? Ain't
Imagine
that
that,
something?
right?
Imagine that. Imagine those who don't want to collaborate and they still want to be friends.
Look at the next word.
Supporter. Wow. Supporter.
Yes.
Wow. Accomplice. Yeah, accomplice too.
Yeah.
Accomplice too.
Yeah.
You know, most of the time that's given in criminals, right? Accomplice. He was an accomplice too, right? We don't never get that used in a positive light too much. You know? But yeah. They still trusting each other. Remember when I said even criminals know when they commit crime?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's still trust. Benefactor, cohort, my cohort, my blood brother. We're blood brothers. Cut the hand and shake. A pen pal, a hobnobbler, a hobnobbler.
A hobnobber is a
A
friend?
hobnobbler, a hobnobber. Wow. Okay. Sympathizer. Hey, sport. My main man. That's my main man. Right there. Abettor. Friendly, well-wisher, abettor, and confederate. Confederate. Yep. So I've seen all of these used in American culture to, you know, like, nah, that's my brother right there. What's up, brother? Hey, brother. You know, oh, that's my sister girl.
Hell yeah.
You know, that's my partner right there.
I think it's funny that it got amigo in that mug.
You know, Migo.
Like we use that so much that they just put
You know, my buddy. What's up,
yeah.
buddy? You know, what else we got? Main man. That's my main man right there, man. Main man. Collaborator for sure. My peer. I never heard nobody say, that's my musketeer, right? I don't even know how you would use that shit.
I've only heard people refer to other people as musketeers.
Like y'all some musketeers.
Yeah, like people always together. Yeah.
All right, my fellows. Yeah, very familiar with that.
And ally.
And allies, yep. Companions too. Acquaintance. Of course, we used the acquaintance, but was using that all wrong. And then colleagues, of course. And even colleague, that's used in most of the time in professional settings. That's not my friend. That's just my colleague.
Damn, I've been wrong. I've been wrong this whole freaking time. I've been telling all kind of cats that we ain't friends, son. Like we just work together. We just friends. We just friendly. We not friends. Yeah, I was standing on that shit.
We just colleagues. Like
we just come here, bro. Like we not friends, bro. Like we ain't got a team building and whatnot. We ain't gotta put on no act. Like it's okay. We can do you just do 8 hours and just go home.
That's it.
Damn. Well, when I get unfurloughed and I see him again, I'll go apologize to him.
You go apologize to him? You know what I'm saying? Why not?
Because I've been wrong. I've been clearly I've been wrong.
Because when you wrong, ain't nothing wrong with just apologizing, right?
I've been wrong like, this whole time.
I don't get it. It's so difficult for people to do. So we got friend as in proponent. A person who actively supports or favors a cause.
I like that.
Proponent, supporter, advocate, advocator, exponent, promoter, protagonist, apostle, a booster, champion, a white knight. Why can't it be a dark knight? Nah. We got the high priestess. We got the paladin. Paladin.
A paladin? I thought that was like some kind of like a soldier or some shit like that.
Paladin.
Oh, paladin. I guess that's like the person that fights for like the monarchs and stuff like that. Like if you want to send your send your best soldier to go fight for the person. That's what I think that is. Wasn't one of the Star Wars a paladin or some shit like that?
Man, don't get me quote no damn Star Wars.
That's the only time I've ever heard the term used, I think, in a Star Wars reference.
I got about 4 movies I know off the top of my head. Hangover, shit. I can't even cut Fridays, one of the Fridays. The Godfather, Goodfellas, and
man.
That's probably about it, God. And maybe Pulp Fiction.
You ain't got 5 hobbies on your list?
Hell nah. Like I gotta go watch that shit. I ain't.
You crazy.
I am fried. Let me tell you something. I remember some shit you said to me 2 years ago before I remember a scene from a damn movie. For real. I don't know what it is. That's just the way my brain works. I have to watch it.
Yeah.
True believer, a gospeller, disciple.
Hierophant?
Hierophant. That's different. Stalwart, espouser, a backer, a expounder, a thub thumper.
No, a tub thumper.
What'd I say? Thub? Ain't no H in there. A tub thumper.
The hell is that?
A tub thumper. I don't know what a tub thumper is. These are words that just didn't even make it into society.
I'm glad. Like, what the fuck?
They ain't even
tub thumper. That's just
tub thumper. We just not even gonna use it. Herald, loyalist, interpreter, partisan, adherent, follower, a gospeller, a cheerleader, cohort, encourager, a fellow traveler, partisan, and an applauder. a person who is actively supports or favors a cause. Friend as in proponent. And then our synonym of friend as a verb is as in to befriend. And related words are befriend, company, associate, chum, travel, hook up, consort, sort. Fraternize, couple, hang, around or out, group, club, ally, bond, link, join, team, get along. Affiliate, connect, pal, gang, confederate side, collaborate, band, consociate, get on it. That's not how it go. I tried to make it positive. Get up on it. Get up on your feet and dance. All right. Socialize, mix, relate, hobnob, run, cooperate, league, tie, mess around. Messing around. You want to mess around? Attach, rally, knot, wed, mingle, collude, interrelate, conjoin. I remember my grandma and granddaddy, y'all better cut out, knock off that mess around. Somebody said, you gonna mess around and get fucked up. That don't sound too friendly. We didn't took a lot of this stuff right. Some of this stuff right here has been reappropriated to meanings.
Cause I didn't, so hobnobbing. I didn't think that was.
What type of company you keeping?
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, fraternize. Don't be on them fraternizing. Trying to hook up.
Yo, so looking at these words, it look like the police could always say somebody's your friend. Like if they seen y'all together, or if they even seen y'all on the same block, like they can always put two and two together and was like, yeah, I seen you hanging with the other person the other day, and it's like, yeah, that's your associate, right? That's your friend. Like they could just put these words together and just make y'all a fucking Rico.
Well, you're gonna have to have some criminal activity just to be made a fucking Rico, God. You know. It's not just well, you do the shit. Well, I see you on the show with Ali Dawood L at BK Soul Farm, Rico. Like
I'm be honest, I'm not sure what Ricos are anymore. Like, to be honest.
I'm like, prove it. Not the part you seen us on the show, but I'll take a public defender and you prove it. Shit. Unless you're talking about the mallard that we had that you sent me through the mail. You know.
For real.
I'm talking about all I did with that was put him in some gravy.
Hell yeah.
For real. So that is friend. We got friend. The definition of friend tonight, y'all, as in buddy, proponent, and as in to be friend. Those are the synonyms that are given to us for the word friend. And then when we go back to the dictionary, we had friend, one attached to another by affection or esteem, and acquaintance. So when you say, oh, no, they ain't my friend, they just an acquaintance, guess what, y'all? We wrong.
Wrong as hell. God damn, we wrong.
We wrong.
Been wrong this whole time.
All right? If they your friend, they an acquaintance. If they an acquaintance, they your friend. Not because I said it, but because whoever gave us words says that this is how the shit's supposed to be applied. Okay? So
Damn.
This ain't legalese. Even though with the guy Ali was talking about, man, you know, you might get caught up when they talking about, oh, but that's your friend. I seen y'all over there. You might just hit the Rigo. So you gotta be careful. All right. So one that is not hostile, one that is of the same nation, party, or group, one that favors or promotes something such as charity, you know, a favorite companion, a friend, a member of a Christian sect that stresses inner light,
I don't know what
rejects
Quakers?
sacraments and ordained ministry,
The Quakers.
and opposes war, called also a Quaker. Okay. And then we have, so do Quakers not serve in the military?
I don't know.
So they've raised their children to say, you won't go fight for your country.
They still got Quakers?
Oats. Shit. You know, no disrespect if it is and shit, but I'm just saying.
That was an honest question. Like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, besides a fucking
those are the people with the
container oatmeal. I don't know. Shit. I know they got the Amish.
Because the Quaker and the Amish not the same thing.
I don't know. I don't want to start.
Because I think it would have said Amish. I think it would have said Quaker / Amish. I think if I don't know either.
You know, I don't know. I definitely don't want to piss the Amish off because every time I'm up around the Pennsylvania area, man,
I know
go
they
over
still
there,
real,
man, and they be having some good food too, man. I'm trying to tell you. I remember, man, just while we on the Amish for a second, hold on. While we on the Amish, I remember one time we took a field trip up there, and we went to Pennsylvania Dutch country. Man, they had the best fried chicken I probably ever had in my life, God.
Yeah, Dutch country is the spot, son. It's always been.
I'm talking about, man, that chicken was fried so good. I'm talking about I came home and didn't even want to eat grandma's fried chicken. I said, you ain't cooking it like them white folks.
That's funny.
You know I'm lying. I ain't talking about it.
Hell no, you wouldn't be here right now if you told grandma that shit.
I ain't seen that.
You wait in the wall.
Right.
Like that.
Hey, what was on that plate? Or you ain't eating nothing. But that damn sure took a bite and was not thankful for my chicken that one.
But the one thing for certain, you ain't lying though, there was some good food up there though.
Man, I got home and was not thankful for that meal. That was one time I lied to God after I said, God is grace and God is good. So I thank you for this nasty shit I'm about to eat. Damn, I wish they should have left me with the white folks. They had horses and goats and cows. I'm trying to tell you. We had a good time. But I remember that because that was like one of the only field trips I got to go on because I was so damn bad. And I think the teacher beat me on the bus too because I was cutting up.
That's funny.
Yeah. 6, a person included in a list of one's designated connections. And then we have friend down here, to act as a friend of or befriend, to include someone in one's list of designated friends on a social media service.
Damn. See, that was gonna be one of my dings for later. Social media done messed us up, but they done added that shit to the damn definition. So it's like, is it a mess up or by design?
Yep. So that is the definition of the word friend.
That was pretty powerful, actually.
Yep. So if y'all just joining us, y'all make sure to smash that like button. Shout out to Jesus.
Beef cheese.
Jesus Christ. Our second question of this evening. What defines a true friend? What defines a true friend? Let us know in the comment section what you all think defines a true friend.
Now, so we supposed to go off that definition we just got, or we supposed to still... That's tough now, right?
I mean,
Guess the definition.
yeah.
A true friend, right? I kind of feel like what we started off, I kind of won't change, right? Because a favorite companion was in there, right? Trust was in there. When you look at all the thesaurus stuff, you had buy-in, right? Like a true friend is somebody that Psalms 133rd, right?
Man.
That's a true friend, right? Somebody that is genuinely happy for your success, happy with you, happy for you, right? Like and not and not jealous, and not man, that could have been me, or man, if I'd have did that, I'd have got that too. Man, anybody could have got that if they'd have just had the same hand you had, but nah, you ain't got my hands. I got my hands. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got my hands. Right?
Trying
Like
to tell you.
so to me, um and I had to learn that, right? It's like Psalms 133. Like I had to learn that, and when I did, it it made a whole lot of things mean way more to me, right? And I started actually going out of my way to really want my friends to succeed, to want the people around me to win, to want to be around winners, right? Because I want to be the 10th winner,
That's right.
right? I don't want to be the 10th bum. I don't want to be the reason why you the 10th bum.
I don't want to be the reason why you're the 10th bum, right?
I don't want to be number 9. Tell about, yo, Pearl, let's go, let's go over here and do nothing.
Let's go over here and do nothing, right?
Right. So that's what I'm at with it. 133rd Psalms, right? That's a true friend, somebody that I'm genuinely happy to see their progress and see their success and to see their growth, and happy that they're alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm rocking with that guy. Especially Psalms 133rd for brothers to dwell in unity. But at the same time, I'm going to say that going back to what we saw, that honesty and that trust, like that's a true friend. That's a true friend. Just, can I trust you? Can I trust you to be honest with me? Are you gonna hold me accountable? If you think that I'm on some bullshit, is you gonna tell me like, Pearl, you on some bullshit? Are we going to, are you gonna fake? Are you gonna be fake with me? True friends ain't fake with you. They call you up and they say, hey, you didn't ask, but if you would have asked, because I'm a friend, I'll share with you. If you would have asked what I would have said. So that way, that I'm not the type of person that's going to bullshit you. Because you could have been this honest with me. I shouldn't have had to initiate it. I shouldn't have had to initiate something if you feel a certain type of way to not be honest about it. And I think that what defines a good friend is somebody who will do that. A true friend is somebody who will do that. It's somebody who will say, who will come to you and be like, hey, like, do we got a problem? Like what's going on? What is the problem? You know, like now that sounds, that may sound aggressive. That may sound like a harsh delivery.
It wasn't to your friend though.
But to your friend though, it should be like, what you talking about? What happened? Now, unless you playing dumb, like you ain't got some shit, like you know that you done been on some bullshit, and now you trying to play dumb. You shouldn't do that to your friend. You wouldn't do that to your friend. I wouldn't do that to my friend. If somebody came, man, why you acting like so and so and so and so? Well, this is what happened. So this is what you getting from that. You know, and I'm just like that in real life. Like, I don't have no time to bullshit nobody. You know, like I always say, like Granddad used to say, you bullshit a baker, you get a bun. You bullshit me, you get none. And my thing is I will not waste your time, so I will not allow you to waste mine. You know, so I think that if those were some friend mottos where it's like, you know what, I'm not gonna waste your time, so I won't allow you to waste mine. Like then there'd be some honesty there and some integrity and some trust, and
it wouldn't sound so harsh.
You know, it just would be it would be more of what people want to say, keeping it real. Like, and it seemed like keeping it real now is the new fake. It's to be fake as shit and try to get as many people to believe your lie, you know, because accountability is a hard thing to look in the mirror and accept. When we say humility is different than being humble. And people got that fucked up. People think you're supposed to be humble. Look up the definition of the word humble. I don't recommend that anybody be humble. Okay? But I do recommend that people have humility.
Yeah.
Because with humility, there is compassion.
Yep.
And there's accountability. There's self-accountability first. So I can't never apologize to you if I didn't think that I did something wrong. I can't never grow if I didn't acknowledge the fact that I did something wrong and I needed to do something correct, something better.
Yo, those words are so different. I know they sound the same, humble and humility, but man, they hit so different. They apply so differently.
Absolutely.
Right.
But ignorance is among us. You know,
right,
like and people fine with it. I'm fine. I got Jesus. I don't need it's just like they don't value friendships. They don't value relationships, effective communication, honesty and trust, you know?
Yeah.
For real. And I don't think friends have to be I don't think friends are like why you have to be the way you are. You know? Fuck you mean? Why I have to be the way I am? Why I have to have standards? Why I have to have discipline? You undisciplined motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't call
true friend.
You know, like I don't call
a true friend wouldn't ask you that though. Like a true friend wouldn't ask you that. Like a true friend would know you and know what they getting. And be cool with that.
And would appreciate it where it's like, okay, well, I know I can't do this with that person, but I know I can do this with that person.
Correct.
But you have to have value in that. And what I'm noticing is that people want to just be raggedy with everything. Like, I want to do whatever the fuck I want to do. Like, it ain't no rules. Like,
Because they're a bunch of looking ass motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying.
like
Everybody
dog,
want to look.
like everybody got fucking rules. You know, like everybody got rules.
Everybody, don't step on my shoes. That's a rule, right?
You know,
I won't
like
step don't bump into me. Like everybody got rules. Everybody got boundaries.
did you say God don't bump it? You could bump into me. You can step on my fucking shoe. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even gotta say excuse me. What I'm gonna do is if you don't say excuse me, that's gonna let me know I need to get the fuck away from you because you ain't got good sense. You know what I'm saying? See, that's what I'm talking. See, that's what I'm talking about. With I gotta keep control of me. You know, because like I might go. So you know, so I gotta make sure I gotta keep telling myself, like, boy, you know,
got you.
like, boy, you already know. You know what I'm saying? Because people think if I'm not winning and they trying to be the cause of it, like they gonna lose more than I'm gonna lose. Trust me. You know, if I got to lose my life, somebody gonna have to lose their life with me. You know, so if I have to make that type of decision, then it's everybody goes. We all gonna go. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Like with your friends will go with you.
That's true.
Your friends will go with you. You know, they'll do that. They'll be like, fuck it. That's my main man. I'm out to crash out for him, you know, right or wrong or right.
Especially if they know the truth.
And they know the truth. And that's a lot of the different that's a lot of the difference when you see a lot of the young people now in their friendships doing criminal activity. They know what they doing. And this is why I always say, like, even criminals know what they doing when they do it.
Facts.
They friends. You know, they plotting. They like, hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
It is very rare that it's just like they just showed up like, hey, like, you know, that throwing something in the car when you riding in the car and ain't nobody know that person ain't have it on. Like, that's just so rare. Yeah, you know, most of the time people's involved. They friends, they partners, so yeah, be a true friend. You know, you gotta have some respect and you gotta have some honesty and you gotta have some trust. You know, and that to me is respecting each other. That's not earning each other's respect. That's giving respect. I had a conversation with a friend who was talking about in the military, and I said, bro, in the military, you don't earn respect. You earn rank.
Yeah.
You know, you don't earn respect in the military. Yeah. You earn rank.
Yeah.
You know, and then what happens is then you are given the respect based on the order of the service. You know, because if you 15 years, 12 year E7, E8, and then you got somebody who come out their academy who ain't did shit, but went on a couple fast cruises, you calling them sir. And they and your child is, and you might have a child that's older than them. They didn't earn no respect. You giving them that respect. And that's how that works. You had to earn your rank to get up to that position for the junior people to call you that title and give you that respect. But you earned rank. You didn't earn respect. Because if they take everybody else out and they put in a whole bunch of foreigners and put them in uniform and say, this is the protocol, guess what they're going to have to do? Give you that same respect because of the position.
Yep.
You know, so I'm like, you believe whatever you want to believe though. Like I ain't trying to fuck up your matrix or whatever, bro. But you know, everybody all on this earn and respect bullshit and don't understand like, you know, you give respect and you get and it's reciprocated. If it isn't, then you got a choice to make. Our third question: is it more important to have few close friends or a large friend base?
So for me personally, I need few close friends. I got trust issues personally, right? I have, I got anxiety, like too many people around me. Like I'm looking at everybody like it's just way too much movement. So I don't need a whole lot of people. Um, but I will say that I think that it depends on the personality, on your personality type,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because like I say, for me, I don't like a lot of people. Right? Like I like intimate conversations. I don't like to talk loud and yell to be heard, right? I would like to just be regular and you know, and just be heard, right? We can just communicate like that. Um I don't like but some people need a lot of people. Some people need that a whole lot of people, so they might need a lot of friends, especially with the way that the dictionaries defining friends, right? As lightly as it defines friends as acquaintances, you know, and because
Mm-hmm.
even a nation thing, right? Like that's like yeah, we recognize each other because we from the same ship and we over here, but when we get back home, I see you out in town. Like don't say nothing to me. Like you don't know me. We not friends back home. Right? We friends over here because we from the same nation, we from the same ship, we from the same group, we got the same agenda to go back home, right? And we both want to make sure that we both get back home, right? So I'm gonna do my job really well, and you're gonna do your job really well, and the culmination of us doing that is gonna get us back home together. But when we get back to home port, a lot of times, oftentimes, those friendships break away at the pier, right? And you go in at home, you got your own set of friends that you hang out with, associate with, and right, and that's different. So I would say that it's different. Like for me, like I say, for me, I don't need a whole lot of people. I don't, you know, I have a problem remembering people's names, right?
I'm bad on names too.
It's like so, I hate for somebody to think that we're such good friends, right?
Shit.
And I smooth forgot their name. You know what I mean?
Man,
Like, and
I'm
it's
bad. I'm
I'm
bad.
terrible. I'm
I'm
terrible,
bad
right?
with it.
Like, you know, terrible with it, and it has nothing to do with the person. Like,
No.
like I remember your face all day. Hell,
Yep.
I remember why you important to me,
Yep.
right? I
Yep.
just forget your name.
Yep. I remember a conversation we had,
I remember all that.
but I will not remember your name for nothing. I'll be like, damn, what? And the whole time we sitting there talking, I might be listening, trying to
Building.
think, what is this? What is this? What is his name? What is her name?
They told me. They told me like three
And I'm
times. They
just
said
like,
it. Like,
damn, you know.
I can't remember.
So I end up saying, be blessed or peace family or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I end up saying something respectful, and listening and conversating and acting. But I be like, man, I be forgetting the fuck out of folks' name. I swear. I love it when somebody's just like, just call me mama or just, got a little short name or something like that. Like I love that shit because then I can be like, okay, that's cool. I might just remember that, but You know, I just call you baby or
Yeah,
something.
nah, but
You
yeah, that's
know,
that's me, guy. Like I do think it depends on your personality type, but for me personally, I like it. I like tight friend groups, small friend groups.
no doubt, no doubt, no this out. Um, is it more important to have a few close friends or a large friend base? I think one of the key things you said was just like it does depend on the person, but I am very guarded now at this stage in my life. So because I'm now selecting, being very careful is who I take on as a friend, just because I know how I love. I know how I love my friends. Okay, because I look at friends more as family.
Hmm.
I put a different for everybody that has exemplified these things, these characteristics that I value, that I call a friend, as a brother or a sister, as amigo, as a buddy. All of these things that I see them exemplifying, things that I admire about them. Like, I like to admire my friends too. Not be envious, not be jealous, admire. I don't know if people know the definition of admiration, but admire. They have something particularly in their lives, about their lives, that inspires me.
That's
That
dope.
says I would love to learn that or apply some of that in my life. Okay? And learn how to do that. Even if I don't ask them, I'm observing. But as a friend, I know I can just ask and they're going to tell me, hey, this is what the sauce is. This is how you can get there. These are some ingredients. You might have to cook it a different way. You might have to put your own mix in it. You might have to add, but at least here's a starting point.
And they won't gaslight you. Or or or,
What is
or,
that?
or what's the other word? Gatekeep. That's the word I was
Yeah, they
looking for.
won't gatekeep it.
Yeah, that's the word I
Yeah,
was
they
looking
won't.
for. They won't
Yeah,
gatekeep.
yeah, they won't gatekeep it.
Yeah.
you know. So like I don't do that with friends. I don't do because I consider them family. So I want you to grow. I want my family, I want my friends to be the best versions of themselves they can be. And I don't want to have anything to do with restricting that or limiting that in any type of way. If I'm not adding on to it, then I feel like I'm not beneficial, you know.
That'd be awesome.
So I keep my circle. Another one of my put these Pearl sayings, these Chef Earl Pearl sayings. I keep my circle small enough to fit on my square.
Hmm.
So it ain't a whole lot of room for. It's room for people to get off if they want to. They can get off. They can be off. There ain't no problem.
You can be off.
You can be off. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, is I value having the few versus a larger group, because having a few, I feel like also, and this is a feeling, um, because I have never tested it out in order for it to be more than just a feeling, for it to be actual something that has happened, that now I have proof, scientific evidence, actual, you know, real life experience that I can count on. I feel like I can be more of an asset to fewer people, to a tighter knit group, than trying to have this large base of people
I can see
where
that.
I'm just spreading myself thin, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit here, you know. And I don't think you actually get to experience the growth of a person when you just spread so much, you know. You don't really see them get to apply the things that you've been able to share with them, with your friends, for them to be able, you know, to see it manifest. So I value that.
Yeah.
You know, I value that, and having that small friends circle. Yeah. So yeah, y'all, we have been answering tonight's questions. Let's go over here to the chat real quick. We got Cheetah said loyal and honesty. Dr. Mo said, say that again. Say that one more again. One more again. Yes, celebrate our people's wins. That's what we supposed to be doing that, right?
Hell yeah.
And then Cheetah said a few.
Yeah.
You know, more important to have a few. Yep, than a large friend base. So we definitely agree with that, where it's more important to have a few.
Like large friend base, bro. Like that just sounds like way too many agendas going on at the same time for it to be some kind of consensus, right? Like with a small friend group, we can handle the number of agendas way better, right? Because this is less. You know what I'm saying? I know what Pearl want to do. I know what D want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like if everybody's around and everybody got their ideas and hopes and dreams, like God, that's why I'm supposed to remember all this. Nah, man, that's too much for me. But I can't handle all that. I can't handle all that.
I know it does seem like a lot. It does seem like a lot. That's why I said, like, it's more like of a feeling for me now versus, you know, versus an actual scientific evidence proof, you know. But I know that where I have been helpful, you know, amongst my friend base, but I'm not keeping count either. Like I think that's corny too. Like if you, like, why do it? Why help somebody? You know, if you going to
hold it against them or hold it over their head.
Yeah, like if you're gonna hold it over their head, why help them? You know, and I've experienced that in a couple different ways.
Is that helping them if you holding it over their head? I mean, I guess they do get what they wanted at the on the onset, but it comes with so much baggage though.
Well, you know, God, I've seen it two different ways. So like I've seen where like people would do something for you just so they can have you owe them a favor. Okay. I've seen it that way. I've seen it to where you genuinely help somebody and then you ask them to do something and then they act like like you ain't never did shit for them. You know what I'm saying? You know, they they just treat you completely like you ain't never been nice, you ain't never been kind, you ain't never did nothing that helped me in no type of way. So why the fuck should I help you do this one thing? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, okay. And then I've seen in instances where people will call you, like I ain't gonna say who this was, but like I had somebody call me and shit, and they was like, you need something? I was like, nah, I'm cool. They was like, well, if you need something, I got you. You know, Cause I've been doing this and I've been doing that and I've been doing this and I've been doing that. So I'm just like, okay, well, and you sure you don't need some? I'm like, no, I'm cool though. I appreciate it though. You know, like I appreciate it though. Thank you for thinking of me.
Yeah, that's
Right.
awesome.
So then they say, well, you got so much goddamn pride, you wouldn't even tell me if you need. And I'm just like, damn, like, forgive me.
For being all right.
Forgive me for taking care of my own shit. You know what I'm saying? And not thinking that just because you got something to give that I needed to take, you know?
Damn.
Just because everybody else you called was just with they hand out and yeah, sure, you giving, I'm taking. Like, I ain't on that. You know, like I'm not on that. I've always been resourceful. Always. When my mother told me, if you
That
want
sounded like
that,
they really wanted to give you that money, bro. That's what that sounded like. They really
no,
wanted
they
to give
didn't. You know why
you.
they didn't?
They really wanted to.
You know why they didn't, God? Because after that conversation went, I explained myself, right? Because I guess they just wanted to waste my fucking time for real. So I explained to them why. I said because it was started as that, and then the conversation escalated because
Damn.
they thought that I was being arrogant or whatever because I didn't want their money. You know what I'm saying? And what I did was I wanted to explain to them how I was being considerate, and because they were giving, and I happened to be okay that day. You know, I happened to be okay, and I didn't need it. That it wasn't that. Please don't interpret this as arrogance or that I'm too good to take anything from you.
I don't need
I
your
am
funky little dollars. It ain't none of that.
Is yeah, oh fuck your little funky ass money. Like, see, I ain't even go on them like that, right?
No, but that's probably what they thinking though. When I heard that whole you so arrogant or you got so much pride or whatever, right?
Yeah, like
I
I'm like,
heard.
and see, and I could have took it there. I could, cause I got that in me. But I'm just like, you know what? I'm like, maybe they don't understand that I really am thankful for the thought. The thought really warmed my heart for real. That you just thought about me that much to do that. But then they turned it into something because deep down inside, they really didn't want to give me shit, but a hard time. You see? And that's what I understood after I went through the whole soliloquy of explaining to them why I was being considerate because they had been giving everybody else. And when it came my turn, I'm considering them. Keep yours and do something nice for yourself because you've been being charitable to everybody else in the family. Okay? But I appreciate it. I do. Thank you so much. You know, just a thought. But then I said, but if you gonna want to just send something because that's how you feeling,
That's what I was
then
thinking.
send it.
That's what I was thinking. Just send it. Like you ain't got.
Then just send it. Don't ask me next time. Just say, just text me. What's your Cash App? What's your bank account thing? What's your Navy Federal? What's your all you need is for Navy Federal, all you need is an email address and you can member to member.
That's it.
You know, so you could do that.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I said like they just really wanted to give you the money.
And guess what? and guess what happens? Guess what? He like, I'm gonna send it, and did anything ever get sent? No.
Nah, son.
Never. I wasn't looking for it though, God.
Yeah, but now that's not even the point though. Like,
I wasn't looking for it.
Nah, that's a waste of time right there. That's a whole waste of time.
And then they just be mad. Then they just be mad when I be like, "You a sucker." You know what I'm saying? Like
that qualifies as some sucker shit though.
That qualifies as sucker shit. But
I can't call you talk about, yo, son. I just hit the lotto. I know you need something. Let me send you something. Like I know you need something. And you like, nah, son. I don't need nothing. Come on, son. Let me send you something. Let me send. I'm gonna send you something. I just hit the lotto, and then just not send it to you.
And then just not send it.
Like, what
Yeah.
was the point of me calling you and telling you I hit the lotto?
No. It don't matter whether you hit the lotto or not. What was the point of you calling me with a desire, saying that you had a desire to want to be benevolent towards me, all right, to not do it regardless of whether I needed it or not?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Because if you want to gift
that's
somebody something, you just gift it to them. That's what a gift is,
whether they need it or not,
whether they need it or not.
you wanted to give it, so you gave it.
You know, that yeah, cheese. That sound about right. Sound like they wanted to brag about giving you something, and that's what it is. That's it. You hit the nail on the head. You
I'm
must.
like trolling you, yeah, right? Yeah.
Well, it's not them trolling you, God. It's
Nah.
their family. No, see, because this was a family member that did this, but they was bragging about how many people they had helped in the family.
Got you. Okay.
And then when it came to me, I didn't need the help. You see?
I got you now.
And a lot of the people that they helped would just take it anyway, because that's the way our family's set up. Our family is set up like that. You know what I'm saying? It's only a few people that'll be like, nah, I don't need it. I'm cool. You know, they just automatically gonna be like, yeah, shit, if you give it, I'm taking. You know, so that's why, you know, so that's why it's like, you don't have to do that with me though. I'm like, I'm not them. I'm not on that, you know? Like, I don't call nobody and ask nobody for shit. For nothing. If me and my wife can't figure it out, as a matter of fact, my wife would tell you, I don't even ask her for nothing. She be having to be like, babe, why you ain't ask me to blah, blah, blah? For real. Seriously, like, I'm be on some like, man, I'm gonna figure that shit out.
Figure that shit out.
You know, honestly, my wife have to tell me sometimes, like, babe, it's okay. You can ask me for that. I be like, man, I don't be wanting to ask nobody for nothing. I even told me, like, I don't be asking you for nothing. You know, that's it. My mama made me like that. My mother made me like that. When she said, you can't have those shoes, but you can have some shoes, unless you do what you want to go get them, then I've been go getting it since then. So everything Earl want, Earl go get. He do what he need to do necessary to have it. And as long as my needs are met, thank you, Jesus, we all good. So with that said, we gonna go ahead and jump into tonight's Flavor Bombs.
Flavor Bombs, presented to you by DBCHEFTV.
So yeah, y'all, tonight we got, for the Flavor Bombs, we have a thriving 102-year-old woman doing her thing. We want to shout out the elders, looking good, because y'all know that black don't crack. Then we got the Louvre robbery over there in Paris, France. They done stole some jewels. Somebody jewels, Napoleon or somebody, I don't know. But we gonna check it out. And then we got Vince McMahon. Y'all know from WWE, Land of SmackDown. But he got probation. He got caught up into a little thing. It didn't say he was DUI, but he was out there reckless driving. But it's a really good learning lesson with the law. This video, and we're gonna point that out for anybody who may encounter the same situation, because I don't think he was quote unquote millionaire favor. Yeah, of course there is some, but you know, but for the most part, the way the law is structured, if you are a first-time offender, then they had this program set up. So he was a first-time offender. So if somebody's up in this area or a person going through this, they can, you know, maybe qualify for the first-time offender thing. But hopefully, you know, you just slow your ass down.
High heels, nail appointments, and shopping. Welcome to the world of one active and thriving senior citizen in North Houston. In a few months, this great-great-grandmother is going to turn 103 years young. And she says she's not even close to slowing down yet. ABC 13 anchor Samika Knight has her story.
I don't think I've ever met anyone like Miss Ivy Marie Broussard. She is 102 years old, and she told me I can do anything.
Shout out Miss Ivy Marie Broussard down there in H-Town, Texas. Go on, mama. 102. 102. I said earlier, God, I said we was on the way downhill, right? You said we going up. If we lucky. If we lucky.
102. That's crazy.
102.
Thing you can do. You've got to see her to believe it.
High heel, you know, I still wear them. Get ready to go to church or out somewhere, I put my heels on, get my cane and keep walking.
These fancy, sparkling 2.5, 3-inch strapped heels may be no big deal to you.
These are low.
Those are low?
Yeah, I wear them high now.
But when you consider the spunky fashionista wearing them, oh yeah, they're a big deal.
My name is Ivy Marie Broussard. I was born December the 22nd, 1922. In Houston, Texas, at 1622 Jameson Street, 5th Ward. I am 102 years old.
And in December?
If I make it to December, I'll be 103.
This North Houston 102-year-old is a sight to see. You see, she still prioritizes fashion.
I picked out these shoes, and I picked the dress out. And I got the earrings and the necklace out.
She's her own makeup artist.
Look, she blinded her. She said, I got the shoes, I got the dress, I got to pick out the earrings. Look,
hair.
Look, her feet, she 102. Her feet look better than some of these. Y'all better get y'all foundation together out here.
Lipstick and stuff like that, I do.
Don't miss the mani-pedi.
I go down there and get my nails done once a month.
And when asked why she's still dressing up and strutting in heels,
because I want to look good. So I might catch me a boyfriend.
Well, there you go.
I'm still alive.
She's still alive.
She said, I'm still alive, baby. I'm still alive, baby. 102, try to make it do what it do. She's still alive.
Yeah, she doing it.
I mean, she's had one before.
I have, but they for all dead now.
But then, just like that, a change of heart on dating.
Well, because I don't know man thinking I'm going to give them some money. That's what they usually, that's what they usually think. Hey, you got an old woman, she going to give you some money to be with, and I ain't going to do nothing like that.
You heard that, guy?
I heard that.
She said they think they give her the old. She said they think they gonna pay. She gonna pay for it. That's what she said. She said, "No, I ain't doing that."
No, baby.
You see,
No,
this
baby.
centenarian is fiercely independent. Just ask one of her two sons.
She like doing what she like to do, and you can't get her not to do it if she don't want to do it.
Nothing but strain, baby.
Nothing but take her weekly trip to the grocery store. She says the only help she needs is her shopping cart.
I get my buggy and I walk around the store, pick out what I want to eat.
She picks her own produce.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Because occasionally she cooks for other seniors in her independent living apartment building. At more than 100 years old, Miss Broussard walks the entire grocery store. She gets everything she needs.
I get 2 of them.
And every
I
now and
get 2
then,
of them.
that
She
is-
said I get 2 of them. She said I get 2 of them. Got to get
includes
them.
a beverage or two.
Oh, I drink Smirnoff. That's my favorite. And every now and then I'll have a little bourbon. A little,
Your little
you know, if
bourbon.
you're out, you party, you got to join in with them.
This former nurse and hairstylist is the glue that holds her family together. She raised her 2 sons with her husband, who died 52 years ago. She has 8 grandchildren, 22 great-grandchildren. Then there are the great-great-grandchildren. Family members say Miss Broussard has always been a determined, courageous force who loved to stand out.
She always dressed well from the time when I was small, growing up.
Her high heel shoes, she's still wearing them. At her 100-year-old birthday party, I think she almost had on 5 inches.
Her dad lived to be 102, her mom 98. Miss Ivy Marie Broussard points to her relationship with God and being active in her church as her secret to a full, long life. And she's determined to keep on living.
I cook my own food, I clean up, I do whatever I want to do.
That includes word search every night.
I buy the big wood for where I can see.
Staying hip to the latest technology.
Oh, you have a cell phone?
2.
And continuing being the life of the party.
A few months ago, Miss Broussard took an Amtrak train for a 3-day trip from Houston to California. Her family says she did it with ease. She's now planning to take a bus trip with her senior citizen friends, this time headed to the casino.
She about to spend that money.
Oh, yeah.
I know that's right. Go ahead. That was dope. That was dope.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Miss Ivy.
That was cool.
You know that black don't crack, baby. 102, making it do with it. She said, I got my little Smirnoff. She said, I got to give me 2 of them.
Get 2 of 'em.
She said, every now and then I have me a little bourbon, you know, and then I get out there and cut a rug with them. You know, I thought that was beautiful because I know you got a grandma and abuela that's like about
just turned 96.
96. Yep. And shout out to my grandmama.
Yeah.
She is 94. 94. Yes, indeed. So shout out to both grandmamas.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to Miss Ivy once again. That is truly inspirational. 102.
The breaking news from Paris, thieves staging a heist at the Louvre Museum, targeting priceless jewelry displays. And ABC's Marcus Moore has more on that. Good morning again, Marcus.
Hey, Jill, good morning. These details are still coming in, but here's what we know right now. This was a bold and sophisticated robbery. It happened at the Louvre this morning as it was opening. The robbery reported around 9:30. Authorities say 3 to 4 robbers arrived at the museum in Paris, used a ladder at one point and a freight elevator to reach the Apollo room. Their authorities say they broke windows and used small chainsaws to steal jewelry, the crown jewels. The robbery itself lasted about 7 minutes and 9 pieces of invaluable jewelry were taken. Those robbers took off on motorbikes. Now, one American witness who was there when this happened described the chaos. She says she saw the police running into the museum, which was eventually evacuated and is still shut down. On a Sunday like this, the museum sees tens of thousands of visitors. So for them to close it is truly extraordinary. Now, there were no injuries reported, and now there's an urgent manhunt for the suspects. The Interior Minister said their team of robbers seemed highly trained.
What you think, God?
So I've been to that museum a couple of times.
Oh, you been to the Louvre. How was that?
So I personally think that everything in there is stolen. So, so you know, when Money was talking about the crown jewels just now, I was like, so like what was those exactly, right? I'm thinking somebody just getting their stuff back, right? Like I don't know, man. Like I'm with Cheese, inside job, right? Like they said 4 people went there and robbed the museum.
I just want to let y'all know something. All right, Cheese says it's an inside job. I just want to let y'all know something. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm going there.
They might come for me, God. I was at the Louvre. I was at the Louvre, and
see,
you know, I got
you went and got your crown back.
I went and got my crown back. You know what I'm saying?
Son.
So, you know, I was at the Louvre, and what can I say? Yeah, it was me. I did it. You know. So if they come for me, then you know I might not get hit with the Rico, but you know I might get hit with it. I was at the Louvre, so
that was crazy. Yeah,
what can I say?
I kind of thought everything in there was stolen.
He said everything was stolen in the Louvre already. Oh man. Or an insurance job. It could be that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
It could be that. It's funny how they just, you know, they just took that little construction thing and went right up in there and grabbed something with all that surveillance and security and high tech stuff like doing right in the daytime. Yeah. It ain't adding up.
It ain't adding up.
It ain't adding up.
Former WWE CEO Vince McMahon was in court today. A judge granted him probation in his reckless driving case. That will allow charges against him to be dropped in 1 year's time. News 12 Connecticut's Marissa Alter reports from Stamford.
When Vince McMahon arrived at court, he was met by a group of fans. McMahon's attorney told me they were waiting here for at least an hour in hopes of getting a picture or an autograph.
Thank you. WWE's Vince McMahon walked into Stamford Superior Court flanked by his security team. It came after he'd previously applied for a pretrial probation program called Accelerated Rehabilitation in connection with a 3-car crash on July 24th. This is a picture of McMahon's Bentley right after the collision occurred on the Merritt Parkway in Westport.
It's alleged that he was swerving in and out of traffic, going in excess of 90 miles per hour.
The police report said McMahon collided with the back of a BMW, then the center median, with debris causing another car to crash. No one was hurt, but McMahon was charged with reckless driving and following too closely. The accident happened just hours before Hulk Hogan's death became public.
He's fully insured. He did send 2 apology notes out through counsel. Understands the seriousness of the case, understands he qualifies for the program, and assures the court this won't happen again.
The prosecution didn't object to the AR program, which allows first-time offenders charged with certain crimes to avoid a conviction. McMahon will have the case dismissed in 1 year as long as he stays out of trouble and completes the program.
Not every car accident is a crime. The judge recognized that there's a path here for dismissal, and that's what happened here. This was an accident.
As McMahon left, he didn't have a comment for reporters.
Can you get that photo with you? He's got the Gorilla Monsoon tie on. Any chance you get the
Please,
photo
sir,
with him?
But he did stop for a few pictures and autographs with fans.
In granting the program, the judge also said McMahon must make a $1,000 charitable contribution.
Okay. So, I'm with you, Cheese. I think it is some privilege too. But
what did the Hulk Hogan thing got to do with anything?
Okay. But also, so we do know there's some privilege there. The Hulk Hogan thing, I don't know. Maybe he was just distraught. Maybe he had got the news, so he just got in the car and started speeding.
Oh, that's they're trying to put those two things together. And like
emotionally, he was distraught because of Hulk, because of the Hulkster. But what I will say is this though: it was a first-time offense, so there's a program. What they didn't mention was whether he had been under any alcohol influence or anything. So they didn't say that. That completely got omitted, if it even was anything. That's not what they reported, so obviously it wasn't there. Okay? So he was just driving fast. right? One on no drugs, one under no influence of anything. And clearly he lost control. He was driving fast and he lost control.
Yeah.
So what people should realize is that if you are in a situation like that where you are driving fast, you're not under the influence of any drugs, any alcohol or anything, and you're in, what was that, in Connecticut or some shit, that there is a first time program where if you comply with the program or qualify for the program and you comply with the rules and everything of the program, that you will not be criminally charged for reckless driving. It'll be removed after you complete everything. Now, his fine was $1,000. I'm sure that was the max fine that comes with that charge.
With that first time thing.
For that first time thing.
I'm more interested in, like, this is Vince McMahon first time getting in trouble. Is that what they trying to tell us?
Look,
like,
I ain't got tabs on Vince.
Because that's where I was at without. Because my very first thought was like, so this dude, he ain't never been in trouble before. Like, this don't seem right. Like,
I mean, I don't know if reckless is just as bad as DUI because I don't speed. You know, like I'm not a speeder at all. I take my time. You know, I just don't be in no rush. I get there, I leave early enough to be on time, and I'm just I don't know. So and I don't like the possibility of being in an accident, you know. So I'm not a speeder. You know, I take my time everywhere. Even on the highway, I ain't trying to get there faster. So reckless being as bad as DUI, I don't know. I think if you on under the influence or something, yeah. But I mean, well, reckless driving is a felon, is a automatically go to jail offense in all the states. Every single state has a
I think it's 20 miles over the speed limit, right?
It's different from state to state.
Oh, is it?
It is, because some of them is 15, some of them is 20. You know,
Damn, really?
If I want to.
That shit ain't the same everywhere.
No, it's not the same. It is not the same. You know, that's a myth. That's a myth. I would encourage everybody watching this show to look up your state for what is how did we do it? Because me and my wife did it last time we were driving. What is what do you call it? The reckless driving. How much over the speed limit is considered reckless driving? How much over the speed limit in the state of whatever state it is considered reckless driving? That's how you look it up with your AI. You know, you can ask your phone and shit. Or you can type it in and it tells you. And every state is different. You know, like some states have the same, but every state is different.
I got you.
You know? Yeah, so that's the thing. And looking at that, yeah, he caused the accident and everything, but it was first time. So like the attorney said, he was insured, so I'm sure he paid them people off with some chips, you know, his insurance plus a little bit of dip.
Hell yeah.
You know. But looking at the actual charges and looking at that whole thing, you know, it's a first time offender program. So if you are in your state and maybe, hey, you get into a situation like that, see if they have a first time offender program. Like, it's more about the education of it, not really trying to, you know, justify whether Vince McMahon was in the right or in the wrong or whatever. It's just really like, You know, we know it's different laws. There's laws for the poor folks and the rich folks. You know, so
and he not poor.
And he not poor at all. But the programs are the programs.
Yeah.
You know, so that's something that everybody can, but it may be offered to the rich folk because he got the high price attorney who knows about it, and poor folk may go in there with a public defender.
Yeah.
You know, and not know the ask or not be told to ask. So, you know, that's where we coming from with it, y'all, with a little education standpoint. But yeah, that's our Flavor Bombs. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Smash that like button, y'all.
You've just been Flavor Bomb, and now back to our show.
So if you just joining us, y'all, we are smoking on the word friend. And we are at question number 4 right now. Do friends change as people grow older? And if so, why? Let us know what y'all think in the comment section. Do you have friends that just somebody that you used to know? Somebody that you used to know. You know? Or have you had situations where you just outgrew, you grew up, people were still doing different shit, same shit, you know, you moved away, moved apart. There's so many different things, but let us know in the chat, y'all, what y'all think, what your insights are on that. Do friends change as people grow older? Yes or no? And if so, why? What you think, God?
I think two things. I think they can change, and I think they do change. Right? So I think you can have a friend from childhood that is your same friend in adulthood, or in from childhood into adulthood. I think that is 100% possible.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that you can have friends in childhood that you do outgrow. Y'all outgrow each other, or y'all go in different directions to where now your likes would not make you guys be friends anymore, right? Because I got different priorities and stuff like that, right? And like you were saying, how as you get older and you start to discern what it is that you really need in your life and what and for your growth specifically,
Mm-hmm.
what you value may change as you get older, right? Not everybody's do, and I don't even know, because I don't want to say it wrong, right? Because I want to stand on the fact that you can have a friend from childhood and y'all be friends your whole life. That's not a negative, right?
Right.
But at the same time, I've seen people that have friends from childhood that kept people in their life that was harmful and detrimental to them in real time because of a childhood acquaintance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's somebody that they probably should have let go because they're in different lanes now,
Yeah.
right? Somebody's on party and bullshit, the other person's on building and making money. Like those are two different lanes. Like we can, when I'm on party and bullshit time, we in the same lane, right? But when I'm on building and making money, and you still on party and bullshit, or you're only on party and bullshit, and you think you on some building and making money stuff, and I'm like, that's not really how I'm doing it over here. Then we can't be friends because you're literally preventing my growth. Right? We're not gonna be successful together. We're not gonna be successful together. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to do a thing and you think you're doing a thing.
You think you're doing the thing, right?
Right. So yeah, I do think that as you get older, your priorities change, your needs change. Um, Especially if you get a partner, right, a spouse. In my mind, like your spouse is supposed to become your best friend out of all your friends, right? Like so if you had a day one from day one, um, your spouse is the person that you're choosing to be your life partner to do all your future endeavors and everything like that with, right? To me, they take a higher precedence over a best friend, so to speak, right? I think your best friend is supposed to be that your spouse. I think that person is supposed to be that position. And I think whoever your best friend was before you got married, I think they're still your good friend. But I think your best friend is the person you actually married. And and said, you're my beneficiary and stuff like that, right? Like I'm gonna leave everything to you, and if something happens to me, like you're the person that I want them to call in case of an emergency, right? Like
Yeah, you better pick the right. You better pick somebody responsible, cause
you know what I'm saying? Like
you better pick somebody who ain't gonna blow the bag. For real.
Right.
For real.
So
Somebody
that's
who's
yeah.
mature enough to handle that responsibility. But
That's
yeah.
that's what I think. I think you can have a friend forever, but I do think more times than not we outgrow each other. And you pick up new friends based on where you're at.
Okay. So we got in the comment section, yes, people change actions and ways of thinking. I
Yeah,
agree.
right.
I agree definitely. Lick up TV.
Look up.
Okay. Lick up, it's a stick up. At the Louvre. Got that Napoleon thing, baby.
Yeah, he got it from
But yeah,
somebody else.
you know what I'm saying? Where he take it from? I
Where
got
he
mine
take
from I got mine from Burger King. King of the Whopper. But but shit, so yeah, do friends change as people grow older? And if so, why? I mean, man, you touched on so many different things, but definitely I do have friends from childhood. Some are still on some bullshit. So I love them from a distance, from a real far ass distance. And they know it, you know what I'm saying? They
Still love though.
I tell them to their face though, like I pick up the phone when I feel like it,
Mhm.
And I don't talk behind their back. Anything I say behind somebody's back, man, I can say in their face, because most of the time I ain't lying. The majority of the time, like I just don't. I'm not gonna lie on nobody. If I have enough respect about myself to tell the truth about myself, then I'm not gonna lie on you. I'm not gonna tell on you neither. Like that ain't, but I'm not gonna lie on you. So my thing is like to not get nobody hurt at all. But I do, and then I have some friends from childhood who like we don't have they always been the same. They always been cool. They always just been, you know, like my best man at my wedding, you know, like I used to wear his clothes, you know, and like his mom used to babysit my little sister, you know. So like we just have always been friends. We ain't never had, you know, like we ain't never had no, we never been competing against each other. It's just always been what you do. You know, like happy to see each other. What you got going on? What you got going on? Hey, did you, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I'm sharing something, it's like I shared something with him and his wife, and then his wife went and did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, God, like I was just like, damn, you know, like I was just shit because I thought they was asking about for the babies, you know, and I was just like, you know, like you said in the show, like on certain things, like yes, you can ask a friend that don't have children, you know, because you're gonna get a less emotional perspective and you're gonna get an intellectual perspective because they not the parent and they not a fellow parent dealing with the same type of emotions that go into the decisions and things like that, you know. But like I shared some and I thought it was for the babies, but then like wife like sis came back and I was like, damn, you did that shit. Okay.
Put our mask on first, but then we put the baby's mask on.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn,
That's
you
dope.
know, like I just felt so good because I learned that in a bad place in my life. You know, like the information that I shared with them, I learned that in a bad place. You know, in a place where I was going through something with somebody and they had some good stuff about them, but they was just a fucked up individual. You know, but I learned from, you know, I learned some good stuff. So I just shared it and I always be sharing it, you know, with anybody who asks. Like, I'm just ain't volunteering shit no more. But with anybody who asks. And then when I seen, you know, when I found out that like, you know, his wife had did it, I was just like, damn, you know, I'm like, you know, that just, you know, because I know how people be giving information and it be bullshit, or people just be talking just to be talking, and they not really helping people reach their goals or give people new information where they can really go and apply it and it be tangible and they actually see the results and then they able to live it out and, you know, support their interests, you know, and then build their family and support and sustain. So that was love. But as you can see, like that's my friend, you know, that's why he's my best man. And then I'm noticing like all these character friends, you know, where yes, you know, to the question where it's like, you know, do they change as you grow older? Yeah. You know, and that why is because these character friends portray themselves to be a certain way. And then when a situation happens where they just feel uncomfortable, then that's when you see how much of a friend they're going to be. If they're going to say, you know what, we are friends. You know, we are buddies. We are, you know, we are that. And you see these things where it's not friendly. It's the people letting just like some verbal interaction determine their friendship. You know, set the standard, or be a determining factor of their friendship.
Yeah.
And it's just like I was saying earlier, like I called my friend, you know, and let him know, like, hey, you didn't ask, but you know, if you would have asked, this is what I would have said, you know. And I think as a friend, that's what friends do. Friends have that honesty with each other, you know, where it's like I would have felt more of a friend if you would have told me from the jump how you felt about me.
Yeah.
Versus allowing me to waste my time and try to give the best version of myself to something, and you're already looking for a way to exclude me. You know? So, and then try to make it like, well, if you don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't the conversation. You know? So like, that's what I'm looking at where friends change, of course, as you grow older, because I just look at it like the sucker shit they be doing. You got to just be like, you know what? I got to set a new standard. So like, if you want sucker shit, then I just can't be your friend, you know? That's all. You know, it's nothing malicious, no hate. I still, you know, I still want them to do well in life. You know, whoever that is, it could be any person. You know, I still want them to be the best versions of themselves and everything. We just can't do it together, you know. And even on a friendship level, like, I don't have time to waste people's time. So if you ain't loving on me the same way I want to love on you, then, you know, then I kind of feel like you a leech, you know, and you just want to use me for what you want to use me for, you know, but you don't want it to be mutual. And that's not going to work. Not now, you know, cause I already have enough people, not negatively, but I already have enough people that I have compassion for and I care about. I really love to death that I didn't ask for, I didn't meet in the street, where that reservation is for, where I have that mental reservation for. You know, so people that I meet in the street, then we got to be on the same level. If not, then, you know, it's not going to work, because it's just not going to work. So, do friends change as people grow older? And if so, why not? I mean, why? Let us know what y'all think in the comment section. And our fifth and final question, last but never least, should friends always tell each other the truth, even if it hurts, and why? Should friends always tell each other the truth, even if it hurts, and why? The God, Ali Dawudel at BK Soul Farm.
That's easy. Yeah. Right.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Why? For the things we said early on, right? For the trust, for the honesty, for the buy-in, right? Like, for the value. Like, if you're not gonna be honest, and if you're not gonna keep it tall, then what kind of value is there? Like, where do you value me at? Like, where do you value us at? Like, it come like what you were saying earlier about your friend wouldn't let you just jump out the window, right? Not without saying nothing.
Without saying nothing.
Right? They're gonna knowingly tell. Look at Pearl going up there. Look at him climbing up there. Look at that climbing. He about to jump out the window. Man, look at Pearl. Hey babe, look at Pearl. Look at that dumbass Pearl up there climbing. That ain't no friend.
That's not a friend.
Yeah. Hey yo, babe, is that Pearl? Nah, that's not Pearl. That's Pearl. Hey yo, Pearl, that's you climbing up there? What the fuck you doing, son?
Nah, but you the one sent them. But you the one sent you the one sent them. You the one said it was something up there to go get.
Right. So you need to be able to trust your friend. You need to be able to trust the things that they say. If they tell you that your partner is cheating on you, if they tell you that your kid is out there doing something crazy, if they tell you that you need to watch out for something, if they tell you that somebody trying to do something to you, right? Like you need to, like their word needs to have some kind of weight behind it, right? To where it matters. If you don't value what they say and they can just tell you anything, then I don't know, man. Like that's not I wouldn't classify that person as a friend. Like they definitely wouldn't be considered a close friend, right? Or somebody near and dear to my heart, right? Like I don't know. I just couldn't be around somebody that I would think wouldn't tell me the truth, right? Like I don't know. We got to be able to talk, God.
We gotta be able to talk.
We gotta be able to talk.
You know, and I kept, you know, I tried to keep this conversation away from personal, you know, from like spousal, you know, relationships, just and keep it more on a social level with friends, just because, you know, we already understand that like your best friend is supposed to be your best friend. You should be able to tell your spouse everything. You know, like if you send your spouse into a burning building, like you do not love that person. Okay. Especially if the kids is out. If the kids is out and you talking about, oh, but my bag. Oh, but my shoes. Like, nah, fuck all that. And I'm using that as an analogy because, like you said earlier, that's your best friend. So those trust things, those that honesty should be there. You know, when it's not, then that's a clear level of disrespect. That's a clear level of you don't care about the things that I do for us. You don't care about our safety. You don't care about our growth, where we trying to go, what we trying to do, because you put me in a situation to harm something that would affect our ability to be able to elevate and continue to build. You know, and people do that emotionally. But I think that everybody should know that you shouldn't do that with your spouse, of all people. When it comes to these friends, these friend relationships, you know, these acquaintances, because acquaintances are friends. It appears to me that I'm understanding more now, so that people love a lie. People love the lie more than the truth.
Hell yeah.
Accountability is at an all-time low amongst, you know, the common folks. You know, I don't know, I guess just American society. It is a real victim oriented, you know, but what was that thing you were saying, gaslighting or something like that, you know, where people you know, before gaslighting it was antagonize. I believe they the same thing, you know, and people want you to do things so then they can be made to look like a victim, and that's just because they lack integrity. They lack they dislike something about themselves. You know, they have insecurities about themselves, and they want to project that onto others. Because I'm seeing this so often in so many different situations where it's just becoming like I'm abnormal. Like I'm not the norm. I'm abnormal. I'm starting to realize like I'm abnormal because all of these other people are so cool and so comfortable with just being on some,
demon time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just negative energy, to say, okay, I was wrong. You was wrong. We both was wrong. Move forward. Okay. Even if we want to talk about how do we move forward? How do we move forward? There still was accountability. It wasn't no apology, but it was accountability. Because you have to, you can't say you was wrong and don't think that you was wrong. Unless you just have zero integrity. Because you actually have to self-reflect. You have to actually look at where were you wrong at. Because if not, then you're going to do that shit again. If you don't think you're wrong, then you're going to keep on. Remember we was talking about an apology and you keep doing the same thing is not a sincere apology.
Correct.
So you have to look at yourself and you have to say, you know what? I did something wrong. Okay. So I have to correct it because I don't want to be wrong unless you don't give a fuck about being wrong or not. You know, if it's like, well, I just be wrong and fuck everybody else, like your life gonna be hard as shit. I'm telling you, because everybody ain't going for it. Everybody ain't tolerating that. You know? And I think as a friend should tell you those things. If a friend sees you acting like that, a real friend will be like, you can be better than that. You know, you have an opportunity to be better than that. You should try. You're not failing if you try. You a failure if you never try. And other people will start to see it too. So it don't have to be just one person. You know, that's why I always say, like, I had a friend and I told my friend some stuff where I was saying to my friend, like, I see you conducting yourself a certain way and you comfortable with that. Now, I think other people seen it, but ain't nobody else say shit. I think everybody else was comfortable with the way that that person was conducting themselves. But I wasn't. Because I'm saying everybody else is conducting themselves a certain way. Why you comfortable with being treated like a child by everybody? Being dependent upon all these other men who are exemplifying themselves as men, self-sufficient. Why you comfortable with that? Now, if the only people saying it is those other men's wives, and them men's not communicating it to their friend, then that means that they's enabling that shit.
That's true.
And that means that they're putting the person's feelings before trying to improve the quality of the man, of your friend. To say, hey, look at yourself. What are you doing? Why are you comfortable with this? Is there something wrong? If it's really something wrong with you, let me know. Or you don't care. What is it? And I'm saying, as a friend, to me, that honesty, that's that part about being honest. Even if it hurts your feelings. Because guess what? If it hurts your feelings, and then the next time I see you, you doing real good. You doing way better than you was doing. I ain't do nothing. I put the battery in your back, or I gaslit you. Then what will make me see you in a better place and go, oh, I remember when you was it. Nah, I'm the one who said, I think that you're better than what you're acting as. That's what I said to you. That's what I said to you that hurt your bitch ass feelings. Your punk ass feelings. That's what I said. I think you're better than you're allowing yourself to be. And this punk ass and bitch assness because you took it like that. The friend took it like that. And when a friend take it like that, that means that they'd rather be on some punk ass bitch ass shit instead of saying, you know what? Damn, I'm glad that you my friend enough to look at me and not enable me and think that highly of me, that I could be better than what I'm doing for myself. That I could step my game up. Because if I see you and you up, then I'm like, it worked. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want you to be, I don't want you to be a bum on my couch. So, you know, I think that's what friends do. I think, you know, when it comes to the question, like, yeah, should friends always tell each other the truth, even in hurt, and why? Because you know what? It may be some people who ain't telling you, who will allow you to just continue to just be that, whatever that is. And a real friend wants to see you win. Then we see that in the pardon me, we seen that in the comments tonight. Want to see you win, want to see you elevate, want to see you be better. So if coddling and, oh, you could do this and you can do that, but you ain't never doing that shit. You can study and you can get this and you can take this and you can do this and you can do, and you don't never do shit, and you do it, but then you don't do shit with it. That shit ain't working. You just got a whole bunch of skills that you ain't gonna apply. So it's people giving you good game, but then you ain't doing shit with the game. But then if somebody hurt your feelings and then you go and now you really saying, I'm going to step my level up. Okay, then use me. Use the bad friend as motivation, as inspiration to be the best version of yourself, to be a better version, to even take it and be like, I'm going to be better than you, bigger than you. Yes, please do that. Please do that. You know, and I think that's what friends are for. If you ain't gonna be a friend that motivate me, that put a battery in my back, that put the sauce on the chicken, that put the sugar in the Kool-Aid, that put the butter on the corn. If you ain't gonna do that, then it don't make sense. It don't make sense, because you got to be honest, and brutally honest has to work too. You got to know if your friends, that's your friend, right? When we talk about our spouses, you got to know, like, it's some aggressive women out here. So you know, if you could say, babe, blah, 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 right? Or you have to say, babe, can we have a conversation? Can we talk about something? Or if you can just go in, why you all, you know what I'm saying? It's people who communicate like that.
And think they communicate.
And think that they communicate. So if you with somebody who do that and that's what y'all doing, then you know that that's how y'all talk. But if you have a woman that's a partner or spouse or whoever, where you like, nah, we ain't talking to each other like that, then you know how to go in and initiate the conversations so you can have resolve, so you can get somewhere. And I think that is about being friends and understanding the level of communication that you need when we talking about just some friends, acquaintances. There to motivate, there to elevate each other, there to inspire, admire, uplift. And if we ain't gonna do that, then I don't need nobody to smoke or drink with.
Plenty of people at the bar for that.
I could do that shit on my own.
That too.
I ain't got to worry about nobody cooties. You know, I ain't got to worry about nobody. Everybody got their cup and they ain't chipped in. You know. So tonight, y'all, we have been smoking on the word friend. And we just answered our fifth and final, last but not least question. Should friends always tell each other the truth, even if it hurts, and why? Let us know what y'all think in the comment section. And now, the question that everybody wants to know is the word friend bad, good, or misunderstood? The God Ali Dawood at BK Soul Farm.
Misunderstood. I've been fucking it up this whole time. Like I've been thinking, and I probably should have just opened up the book. Right. You know, I think the definition is still too vague. For us to answer those questions that we answered tonight, like off the strength of the definitions, I think the definitions was too light. Right. The first definition was just talking about somebody you got an affection for. And I'm like, all right.
There is.
You know, then they also added in the social media thing, and I'm like, that's so to me, I was gonna say that was one of my reasons that made it negative, because I want to say like Facebook, everybody on there is your friend that you're connected to, right? Like for the most part.
No.
Is that the word? No. What are they on your Facebook?
No, they call friends, but
Yeah.
I'm saying they not attached by affection
Correct.
or esteem at all. You know?
No, but they added. But remember, with the last definition, they added social media in there.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Like, so because they add social media in there, it kind of just throws it off. Like, oh, just because we talk to each other, we're automatically friends. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I think they're more attached based on
The internet.
trying to see what you doing or see what you got going on and shit. And not
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody, but I think that shit is that, you know, because they don't support, you know, everybody.
That's what I'm saying, right? You like it's hard getting people just to even like stuff for real, right? But everybody on there is your friend, but you can't get them to like the thing that, like, it's just weird. That's why I say it's misunderstood. I don't feel like the definition cleaned it up at all. You know, I thought the thesaurus was pretty good. I like the way the thesaurus broke it down into 3 different sections, right? Like that was I think those was cool, and I feel like those descriptions in the thesaurus were how we normally apply things,
Mm-hmm.
it feel like the definition was just off to me.
Yeah, that definition was very I mean, well, it is the definition for friend, but but it was something that a lot of the meanings that we have given it just it lacks correlation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it, guy. Misunderstood. I mean, I do like the word, but yeah, I would need to I would prefer a different word for the people that's near and dear to me, because that's too loosey goosey for me.
It is. That's too loosey goosey. Well, I am gonna say that it's misunderstood, but I'm gonna say that it's a good word because the one attached to another by affection or esteem. One is that of the same nation, party, or group. One that is not hostile. Okay? Just like we explained a lot of things tonight, situations like even asking the last question. If your intentions are not hostile and you communicate that, then that's a friend. Okay.
According to the definition, yeah.
That's a friend.
Yeah.
If you're saying, if a person is saying that we're part of this group, we're part of this nation, we're part of this what was it? Party. Okay. And these are the things that we stand for, and we want you to stand. You know, we got things we see this with. You got the Democrats, they die hard. Liberals, they die hard. Republicans, die hard. Conservatives, die hard. This, that, die hard. You know, all these groups, these parties, you know, it's the same thing. If we say my group of friends, you know, this is our group, this is our nation, this is our party, then there's some things that have to be foundational. And in that, you want to give the help necessary to build the people up in that nation, in that party, in that group. You want to empower within that group, empower within that party, empower within that nation. We know that everybody doesn't have the same aptitude at the same time, because it takes people a little bit longer sometimes to learn things. People learn things slower. People adapt to things slower.
That's true.
All right. Some people pick up faster. No problem. But we still have to, if they are part of your group, if they are part of your nation, if it's not hostile, if you have affection for that person or esteem for that person, then I think as a friend, then you should have enough honesty to communicate with them and help them with the tools and the resources and encouragement that they need to be able to uplift them, to help them elevate. So that's why I think that friend is a good word, but it is extremely misunderstood because we are not valuing these things amongst each other: affection, esteem, non-hostility. And because we don't practice on our own nation building, the only parties is either where it's twerking and women being called bitches and hoes and YNs and you know, all the other fuckery.
Yeah.
All right, is part of the party, or it's a political party where somebody got to fight against somebody. And then when we see these groups, you know, that's where people feel comfortable at, oh, with that group of people, with this group of people, or we this group, or we that group, or that group. It's all that stuff seems so separate, you know, has been normalized to be separatism. So now that groups are separate, the group is one. It's a group. Not groups. The group is one. A nation is one. One nation. You know, and if it's a party, then everybody's at it. It's not parties. So that's another thing that we have to remember, that these words that they given are singular. One that is of the same. And because we don't study these things, except for here on Cigar Sundays, each and every Sunday at 8 p.m. East Coast time, you know, then the meanings get lost in translation. So yeah, God, another fantastic conversation, an exchange of insights. Smoking on words with two big nerds, y'all. Tonight we were smoking on the word friend. Let us know what y'all think in the comment section. We respond to all the comments. And we want to thank y'all for pulling up this evening. Go ahead and smash that like button. And don't forget, we got merch links in the description. And we want everybody to have a peaceful, positive, and productive start to your week. We got it's getting a little chilly in some parts of the country. You know, but definitely it's a good time of the year, Halloween and stuff like that going on. But tune in next week, y'all, because we are going to start a series. Next week we're gonna have a series, and the few weeks now going, I believe, all the way going in through up until Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We're gonna be doing a series. And it's gonna consist of about 5 different episodes, 5 or 6. It depends on if we get it all out of there. But it's plantation thinking. And we're gonna just break it down over the next few weeks to see what we come up with. Yeah, we're gonna have some. So let everybody know when y'all see it up in the live. It's gonna go up tomorrow. Plantation thinking. It's gonna be episode 1, and we're gonna have about 6 episodes. It's gonna be an ongoing conversation, and y'all gonna have to stick around because we are not gonna say whether plantation thinking is bad, good, or misunderstood until the very last episode. Okay, so y'all can imagine how long these podcasts are. We're gonna have a lot to say.
We're gonna have a
lot to say, y'all. You know, so we want everybody chipping in, and it's gonna be unfiltered. So yeah, definitely. I don't even know if we're gonna do the flavor bombs. It's gonna depend. We may break the flavor bombs down to maybe 1 or 2, just so we can keep the conversation going, because it's gonna get a little smoky. It's gonna get a little smoky. Yep. But that's all we got for y'all. Once again, we really appreciate everybody who pulled up this evening. Shout out to Lip Cup TV, Cheesus, Dr. Mo Lamb, Bubbling Brown, and everybody who pulled up tonight, y'all. We really appreciate y'all. And like we always say, stay blessed and be your best.
Hell yeah.
And that's all we got. Till next time, right here on Cigar Sundays Live with myself, DBCHEFTV, and the God Ali Dawul at BK Soul Farm. And we are the Cigarden Panel. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace, God.
Peace, God.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on the list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
Some say that art imitates life, but we say that life is art. So visit the DBCHEFTV gift shop and get 15% off of your next masterpiece of fashion. How do you get there? Simply tap the link in the description. At the Veteran Kettle Podcast, we thank you for your service, support, and sacrifice to our country. Listen to real stories of adversity and triumph as we give our best to honor our vets. Subscribe today and watch episodes now streaming on YouTube at TVK Podcast, The Veteran Kettle. If it's Friday night and you don't have a date, then brunch with the fellas is your spot, so don't be late. We go up at 9 p.m. with the trending topic news. Smash the like, comment, subscribe, and share the content. Don't be rude. At Brunch Fellas, now streaming on YouTube. Love ain't always easy, and we won't stop until we get it right. So bring that ass to the Love Speak Podcast. Subscribe today and let your love speak at TLS Podcast, The Love Speak, now streaming on YouTube. Exchange insights Sundays at 8 p.m. East Coast time with the Cigarden Panel, smoking on words like two big nerds, hosted by DBCHEFTV and BK Soul Farm at Cigar Sundays on YouTube. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so when they go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. Sign up for the newsletter and shop merch and clothing at www.dbcheftv.com.